4 15-minute quarters, does that favour anybody out of these two teams, do you think, Kira?
I think so. I think both teams will benefit, though. The extra rest, and especially in the heat, I think it's going to be a well-contested game, and it's going to keep them on their game at all times.
Well, Rusty Matua, the coach of the Maori Ferns, had his squad in camp at Huntly, the North Island of New Zealand, between Auckland and Hamilton, on a marae there. And Racine McGregor, speaking of the Sydney-born playmaker for the Maori Ferns, first time she'd been on a marae, she said it was great to have that cultural experience, to be ready for this game from that perspective, and also get together with the squad from a rugby league point of view as well. We are underway on the Gold Coast, the sun shining down in the late afternoon, and it's the Indigenous All-Stars who'll come up with possession for the first time in the game. Move it back to the middle. Here is about to be retired Beck Young at the end of this game from Representative Rugby League. We'll see if she continues on beyond this here tonight. Felicia Harden in the middle of the field, the lock forward, tipping it on to this right-hand side for Shaylee Bent. Dragon star with the NRLW team last week in Perth, waiting out here on this right-hand side, and here she is with that gold ribbon in her hair, bringing it up just beyond the Indigenous All-Stars 40-metre line. Harden, the skipper, taking it forward, big and rangy. Speech pathologist during most of the week. A very keen rugby league player now for some time. It's her 27th year as the kick goes down to the Maori Ferns. And Kiana Takarangi, who will bring it forward here. Younger sister of Brad Takarangi. Bring it forward now. Take it away. Bring it back towards the halfway line.
Vetti Welsh here with a trademark run. Nice footwork coming out of her own end. She was electric last year in the NRLW.
Take across the halfway line. Crystal Rorter at dummy half. The try scorer in this team from last year's win. 8 points to 4 by the Maori Ferns. Good hands through the middle of the park. We'll have a couple of plays left in their set of 6 as Rorter comes away on this left-hand side for Serena Clark, turning it back on the inside for Kat Wirakohu. Took some stopping as well. Just outside the 10 here on the last. Rorter comes the short side. Clark with options. Goes to Matua. She'll plant it down. And just like that, the Maori Ferns are on the board.
It's a handy option, and down the short side, Matua. Big and strong, hard to stop. It was a very tidy set. As we see, they come down the short side. It was man on, numbers down that short side, but just too big, too strong, got over the line. And the Maori All-Stars, they're off to a blinding start.
Great heads-up play, Kira, from Crystal Rorter to realise they had those numbers down the short side.
Oh, most definitely. And I think that set started with Bo having a crack, as you said, on a classic run. She broke the line a little bit, got on her front, and then they had a clean set following that. So it was a great way to finish for them.
Weren't they delighted? The niece of the coach, Kerahatina Matua, scoring out wide early on. And given the way she was able to crash through the line, she'll try and convert her own try. I dare say they'll be coming to the left-hand side to her a bit more often.
Well, I actually thought they'd set up on that left and go back to the right side with Takarangi, McGregor, and also Racine out there, but they played their hand early, and why wouldn't you?
About 5 metres in from the touchline. What an opening. Off the back of their win last year, the Maori Ferns, the attempt goes wide from the try scorer. Didn't quite have the best strike on it possible, but a bright opening. Kerahatina Matua watched it again. Rorter just feigning to go to the open side, then came back to Serena Clark, and that was a lovely ball at speed. The pass had to be perfect, and it was terrific hands from both Clark and Matua.
Nice little pet play down that short side. They obviously trained for that. Matua.
First touch of the ball set up by Teal Vetti Welsh with the kick return. NRLW start getting things underway, and then they kept on trucking down the field off the back of that. Kat Wirakohu, again a big run. She took them deep inside the red zone in the lead up to the try, and this at a 6 rolling as well. Strong carry off the restart. Rota from dummy half goes through the hands of Veda Welsh. Arata Butler poking a nose through the line, and just like that on 3 plays, they're back at the halfway line. What an opening. Racine McGregor, the Broncos star, keeps it going. McCorbin McGregor on her outside, unrelated. But what a combination that was, and then a mistake. They had them ready to go again on this left-hand side. They were lined up screaming for it.
Yeah, just generating some great momentum through that middle third. The 1-2 punch of Wirakohu and Butler. And that time, Racine McGregor found Corbin McGregor. They just come up with a bobble there. Let the Indigenous All-Stars off the hook, but they look good early, don't they?
Most definitely. It was a really unfortunate drop ball there for them because I think they had a roll on, and Corb's got a nice quick roll ball, so it'll be really good to see what they do because they've got a great start and attack so far.
So another scare for the Indigenous All-Stars, but they survive as Shaq Tungai brings it forward and try and work it away. Big fend there on Kerahatina Matua. Contact on his right edge. Caitlin Johnston with a big don't argue.
That's as good as you'll see from Caitlin Johnston, just 19 years young as they go for the long ball.
Chance there, they almost turned it over. Jenny Sue Hopper did well to come up with possession. Caitlin Phillips working it forward. It was always going to be willing. There was never any question about that. Seen some great contact in this set so far. Steph Mooker standing alive with it. Ball out the back. They'll keep it in hands, Indigenous All-Stars, and bring it forward here as Makia Davis-Welsh takes it back to the halfway line. A couple little moments there as Kelsey Parkin jumps out of dummy half. Harden on that left-hand side will get plenty of touches. You would imagine the skipper ready for the Indigenous All-Stars. Just on 6 minutes gone in this opening 15-minute quarter. A chance on the right-hand side. Johnston favouring the side of the field. Comes away to Revel Blair. Keeps it going to Bobby Law. And she will play it here just inside the Maori Ferns 30. Midway through this set off the restart. Beck Young. Some heavy traffic right there. Just outside the red zone. We'll play it for Parker. Goes with the hands. Jenny Sue Hopper. To ground it goes. I'll come back to the middle. Hopper once again puts an ad-lib kick in. Chance out wide and touch there. Backwards from Takarangi back to Veda Welsh. And they got away with it. It was promising for a moment for the Indigenous All-Stars.
It was good vision, wasn't it, on this left-hand side. Steph Mooker was the teammate she was looking for. She's very good. Out on that left edge. Spent a lot of time on the wing, this time in the centres.
Amber Carney will play it here as Crystal Rorter. Oh, and Serena Clark. Extravagant ball playing there, looking inside, coming to the outside. Some size and some speed on this left edge, including the try scorer Matua, who puts it down on this occasion. And the Indigenous All-Stars get it in pretty good field position right here as Shirley Bent waits it for it at dummy half. Good carry, Bobby Law. Equally good tackle as well there by Weber. Through the hands of Simone Smith, charging hard. Jaleisha Harden takes it down just outside the 30. A chance to hit back here for the Indigenous All-Stars. Nice show of the ball from Simone Smith on that left edge. Almost able to step back through a gap on the inside there from Parker. It comes back. Hopper here, too wide to play the ball. Just didn't quite have the shape they were looking for there. Play 5, Young from dummy half. Keep wrapping to this right-hand side. Johnston once again trying to hit and spin.
That's excellent work from Batil Betty Welsh. You see there, she's up on the ball. Try saver.
What a handful she's been. The front rower, Johnston. Hopper puts it in the air, floating into the end goal. An awkward one there. Unable to be handled, and it will be the Indigenous All-Stars who get themselves a goal line dropout.
Well, their scramble defence on the line was superb from the Maori All-Stars. This kick, all it needed to be was taken. There's no pressure from Mooka coming through.
Downside!
And Takarangi.
Downside!
Nasty one really sitting up there awkwardly at her. The goal line drop out from the Maori Ferns. Don't forget the NRL All-Stars men are in action beyond this game from Seabus Super Stadium, live on Fox League as they go on the attack here, the Indigenous All-Stars. Can't wait to see Latrell Mitchell in action at fullback.
Oh, there's a lot of can't waits, isn't there? Latrell Mitchell's one of them. Jack White, and I love seeing him, one of my favourite players to watch. David Fafita.
Go to.
It really is an all-star cast for the men following this game between the Indigenous All-Stars and the Maori Ferns. 5 metres out. Beck Young will play it here. Slow play the ball as she was dominated in the tackle there by Racine McGregor. Over the left-hand side. Good hands there from Simone Smith. Equally good hands to hang on to it. I'll play it there through Caitlin Phillips. Tall and rangy. Not much happening from dummy half there for Jenny Sue Hopper. One more Parkin. Finds Harden, who just digs for the line. They'll hold her up. It was worth a shot from close range. The Maori Ferns have stood tall on their own goal line.
Yeah, another great defensive set from the Maori team. Not much thrown at them with the attack from the Indigenous side. However, they did repel them quite well. They're going to have to ask a few more questions. Defensively, it's great to have experience in through that middle third. Crystal Rorter for mine has been superb, as has Betty Welsh on line.
11 off that ball, stay straight.
Surprised there, Kira, they didn't maybe give the ball a bit more air inside the red zone?
Yeah, a little bit. I would have expected a little bit more out of the halves combo. I think they're both quite experienced and they're both quite talented. So I would have liked to have seen them play a little bit more creative footy, but it's early on in the game, so we'll see what happens.
There is Clark stepping and staying alive. Swamped in the end in a 3-player tackle just outside the 30. 4 minutes gone. Or 4 minutes remaining, rather, in this opening quarter. It's the Maori Ferns on top. 4 points to nil. It was a low-scoring, tight tussle last year. After a try in their opening set of 6, might well develop into that sort of game once again here. McGregor, though, Racine, that is, having something to say about that. She'll play it now as comes back to the middle. Crystal Rorter puts the kick in, standing at first receiver, the dummy half. Finds Shakai Tungai on the full, and she brings it back at speed, the Dragons flyer. Normally plays on the left wing for St George Illawarra. Gets the fullback jersey tonight. I'm sure she'll enjoy the open spaces on those kick returns here this evening.
Back to me here.
Bobby Law will play it there from Talisha Harden.
Had a great introduction to the NRLW last year. Bobby Law, really one to keep an eye on as Tungai. Prolific try scorer as they go down this left-hand edge.
Smith putting his rubber in and fielding her own kick. Grabbed from behind only just by Capri Paiko, who is out there very early on. Comes back to the middle here. Plenty of changes already. Jasmine Alende is out there. She'll play it. Just outside the 10. One more play here. Law now from close range does some nice stepping. Pops the ball away. Steph Mooka dives in. The pass looks to be okay. And Mooka has hit back, we think, for the Indigenous All-Stars.
We have a try. Confirm there's no knock forward. Yes.
It was great vision down this left-hand short side from Bobby Law. I thought she got it wrong. She could have had a chance to pass. Is there a bobble there?
Yeah, my husband did it before.
Looks to be okay. Steph Mooka gets the ball, puts it down. Davis Welsh, that is, not Bobby Law, pardon me. Just checking to see whether there is a hand in there. They look like they've gone on, and Steph Mooka.
Possession is always maintained. There is no knock on in the lead-up, and the ball is grounded in their goal. We have a decision.
Didn't look to be too much drama with it. Steph Mooka will put the Indigenous All-Stars on the board. We're locked up here at 4 apiece.
It's great to see Nakia playing footy again. She's obviously been out for the year with a the birth of her little baby boy. So it's really cool to see her get a try assist like that and put the Indigenous All-Stars right back in the game.
She had great skill there to draw some defenders in, but more importantly, find the offload. I thought she could have passed a little bit early to Steph, but nevertheless, she comes up with the play. Nice little kick down that short side, regain. Had him on the back foot.
Yeah, Simone Smith put the grubber in down the short side. Got a great bounce as well, and off the back of it, next play. It is quite a story herself. Moved from Cairns to take up an NRLW contract. She's played for Queensland in State of Origin as well. At one stage before she started playing football seriously, she was a pack-a-day smoker. And she gave it up, and here she is, playing on the big stage.
Well, there you go.
Pack a day.
That's quite a bit.
That is quite a lot. Shaq Tungai from out wide. Good strike of the ball and just about scraped it inside the right-hand upright.
They rollies, was
I don't know, Corey. I don't know. Either way, it's a great thing to give up the bungers. And here she is. Nakia Davis-Welsh fighting hard there from close range. And
really good story, though, isn't it? When you hear, I mean, it's not something that obviously happens in the men's game, but these women have to, you know, step aside for a birth, as you mentioned, of her baby boy, give up playing the game of rugby league. They sacrifice so much. As we know, their mums, their wives.
On a warm afternoon on the Gold Coast. A break coming up for both these teams after 15 minutes of action. Maybe the last of 6 here for the Indigenous All-Stars in this opening quarter. It has been frantic. Certainly vigorous in the tackles as well. You come to expect that at this level in the women's game. Jumping out of dummy half, Quincy Dodd, utility player. The youngster getting a chance to spend plenty of time at hooker for Ben Jeffries tonight. Back to the right-hand side through Hopper. Take it back into Maori Ferns territory. A couple of plays remaining in this set of 6. Good hands back through the middle once again for Talisha Harden. Dodd there screaming, wants a quick play the ball. Hopper puts it in the air. A chance chasing through on this right-hand side, but Veta Welsh gets there and secures it about 10 metres out from her own line. A good tackle there by Shaylee Bent in particular. Only one more play off the back of this if they can play it quickly enough. Go Veta Welsh, so much experience, and that will be it. After 15 minutes of action, it's 4 apiece between the Indigenous All-Stars and the Maori Ferns.
Well, a deadlock, 4-4, 1 try apiece after first 15 minutes at Seabus Super Stadium. The women's haka and the war cry. We've been heading into the second quarter. Let's go back to our Fox League commentator, Warren Smith.
Thank you, Vonnie. Great to have Sam Bremner on board as well on the panel today on Fox League, bringing you this game between the Indigenous All-Stars and the Maori Ferns. Sam was electric as ever in her return. Top Flight Rugby League after season off last year, the birth of her son Reef. The Dragons, they were firing in the final last week against the Brisbane Broncos, and they were super impressive. She never missed a day, Sam.
She was certainly superb, wasn't she? Really important in this early stages in this quarter, the Maori Ferns just stem the flow of possession. 7 from 7 for the completion rate for the Indigenous side in that first half. They come home with a wet sail.
Layla Faoud will play it here. Torres Strait Island descent, getting a chance. Indigenous All-Stars. Here is Kai Tungai, takes it forward, swung to the ground there, and a solid tackle as well. 40 metres out. Dodd comes to this right-hand side. Hopper puts it in the air. Shaylee Bent chasing through, looking to put some pressure on Batil Vet Welsh. They get to her and try and force her back all the way to the goal line there.
Really good option against Batil Vet Welsh at the back there, just sitting her under a high ball. Doesn't give her any opportunity to wind up and use her electric speed and footwork.
Good opening from the Indigenous All-Stars to this second quarter. 1 try apiece in the opening 15 minutes. Blinding start from Maori Ferns, who scored Kera Hatina Matua. Crystal Rorter getting out of dummy half and picking up 10 good metres. For a penalty there, and may have been unlucky not to get one. There is Serena Clark playing on his left-hand side for the most part for Rusty Matua, with Racine McGregor looking after things on the right-hand side, and there she is, stabbing a kick through the line. Tungai tracking across, gets there in plenty of time with her noted speed, bringing it back to the middle, then reaching out. Harada Butler got a hold of her, and it was a good, clean tackle. Coming down the field at speed, just hung that arm out, and there she is again. Round the shoulders, no more. Big contact once again from the Maori Ferns front rower.
Really starting to ignite this contact and aggression through that middle third. Harada Butler, she started very well in this second quarter.
Dodd doing well to keep it alive. They work downfield. Kick here and a chase. Smith, a chance to tow it forward. Wants one more. Veta Welsh got there. Touched by the Maori Ferns. And another set of 6 coming up here for the Indigenous All-Stars. Terrific work once again by Simone Smith. Had a pivotal role in the first try, scored by Steph Mooker in the lead-up in that set of 6. And here they are again, 5 metres out. Deep on the attack, looking to take the lead for the first time in the game.
They got numbers right and they have some shape.
Dodd goes that way from Hopper. Let us work it forward. Food. Keep it alive over the shoulder of Hopper. And they've done well. Clark pounces. And the Maori Ferns have got themselves out of trouble. Oh, wasted chance there by the Indigenous All-Stars. Tackles up their sleeve. They had them bunched, the Maori Ferns defence, in that far corner of the field. They got up quickly off their line, forced the mistake, and work it away here to play it 10 on their own side of halfway through Crystal Stowers. Matua, good tackle. Putting a body on the line there. Shania Power underneath her, just chopped her down. Racing McGregor, flat pass there, may well have been forward, Corey. Old Eagle Eyes in the commentary box. Zorda gets out of dummy half. Go through the hands of Corbin McGregor. She'll hang on to it, in fact. A chance there if she keeps it going for Kiana Takarangi on that outside edge, but that will be the last turnover there, and the Indigenous All-Stars being under pressure have done well to hang on themselves. Mooker, the try scorer, will work it away from trouble. Dodd still out there at dummy half. We'll wait and see how long it is before Kelsey Parkin is back on deck for Ben Jeffries, the Indigenous All-Stars coach. Up to the middle. Food rolls across the halfway line. Almost 5 minutes gone in this second quarter. Jenny Sue Hopper. Nice pass. There's a numbers here. The Indigenous All-Stars, a chance for Revel Blair back on the inside. Terrific tackle, a try saver made by Serena Clark. It came back to Power. She looked destined to score, but what a tackle by Clark.
Number 1. Just the penalty.
Well, surely they play the advantage.
The shoulder charge is on report.
And both Veta Welsh called out here for a shoulder charge in the back play of that bust down the right-hand side by Rhiannon Revel Blair. It's going to be a penalty. Perhaps, as you said, Corey, a bit unlucky there. And you see, well, no doubt about it, just turning the shoulder there and taking it to ground. Not a lot in it, but...
No, there wasn't a lot in it, but they were
2020.
pressing. They were coming hard, the Indigenous All-Stars. Now the Maori team are all set on their line, and that advantage is taken away from them.
And because it was foul play, they had the opportunity to play on and then come back later in the set of 6. It didn't develop into anything to penalise that tackle there by Veta Welsh.
I think once the Indigenous halves find that perfect balance between creative footy and the settling to get the rest of their team organised, then we're going to get some really quality tries. But at the moment, there's just a bit of an imbalance there. And once they sort that out, we've got some good footy ahead.
Kira Dibb and Corey Parker alongside Warren Smith bringing you all the action. The Indigenous All-Stars against the Maori Ferns. And Caitlin Johnston probably said it all there. She thought they were good to go for a big play off the back of that. And a mistake in the tackle has turned the ball back over to the visitors.
All the pressure just released there on the Maori team. But to go back to that break, it just alleviated all the good work that they had done. Was
Racine McGregor with the feed as the Maori Ferns will work it away from their own end. Clark over the shoulder of Veta Welsh. Was it knocked back? No, knocked forward is the call. And on play one, they give it straight back to the Indigenous All-Stars.
Go girls, the clock's on.
Simple mistake there off the back of the scrum win. Clark passed just behind the fullback and slightly awkward one to take.
Right, start forming now, let's go, we're all here.
Of course, players coming from far and wide to make up these two teams, and while there will be some combinations,
Shot clock off. Right, stand square 2 in.
will always be the case. Might have been that situation there between Clark and Bo Veta Welsh. Quincy Dodge standing out of the scrum, ball over the top, and a chance out wide. Davis Welsh.
that was a ponytail pull there, guys.
There might be a couple of those tonight. They are in plentiful supply in both teams here. Shaylee Bent on the right edge, getting across there to take a carry from close range, grabbed by Crystal Rorter. She'll play it. 2 plays gone. Here is Johnson again. Good tackle. Crystal Stowers getting up and cutting her down. Not a great play. The ball. Another mistake by Caitlin Johnson, who wears a heart on her sleeve.
She certainly does. She certainly does. And it's a huge occasion for her. Very proud Indigenous woman. Only 19 years of age. Has come up with a back-to-back error.
15 seconds, let's get our heads in. Around this side, feed it, around this side. Nah.
Another terrific story. Caitlin Johnson,
Heads in.
real danger of dropping out of school. Had a troubled 12 months or so, and rugby league has really been her salvation. In fact, they said if you can't knuckle down and get into some schoolwork, it's going to be tough. And working with the Newcastle Knights, she was part of that setup up there, working with some of the lower grade players, and it really has been a real turnaround in her life. The teenager, boy, she's been a handful so far. Caitlin Johnston.
Back to me here.
The Maori Ferns bringing it back towards the halfway line. Stowers takes it across the mid-stripe at the back end of this set of 6. 9 minutes gone in the second quarter. No changes yet to our quarter-time scoreline. Good hands there until it was put down eventually by Corbin McGregor. Chance to link up with Kiana Takarangi.
Go girls, the clock's on, let's start forming it.
Well, they look most likely, don't they, down this right-hand side. They come up with an error here, but Corbin McGregor found space before.
Go, bring it in, clock's on, girls.
Was unable to fight Takarangi out on the edge.
They got 15 seconds, the
Go,
clock's
start
on.
forming.
Scrum
Both
feed.
teams just starting to bring in a few errors, was.
Yep, for the Indigenous All-Stars coming up here. Don't forget, next week, live on Fox League, the annual Charity Shield Clash from Glen Willow Stadium up there in Mudgee. Once again, the Rabbitohs were tremendous in that fixture last year up there in Mudgee. Big win over the Dragons. Dragons restocked and ready to go in 2020. We'll see how they fare next week in the Charity Shield here on Fox League. The Indigenous All-Stars on the attack. Here is Johnson once again, gets that bumper bar up as Crystal Rorter stops her over the top. Kelsey Parkin back out there at dummy half. Quincy Dodder stayed on the field though. What a tackle by Stowers over the top, but getting up to go Tungai.
She's been terrific. She's really held that middle third together for the Maori as they on the hunt now.
Parkin pops the ball, a bit of a no-look pass, and it was forwards.
Scrum out here.
Like they had them backpedaling again. Tungai, quick and tough.
As we see here, Stowers over the top. Gets back up for a second effort.
Bring it in.
They're just overplaying their hand, aren't they? If they can just hold the ball and create some pressure down this end, they'll come away with points.
All right, heads in, let's go. You've got 10 seconds. Heads down.
Come up with 3 incompleted sets.
Go.
the last few minutes.
Well, they've had all the attacking chances in their second quarter. The Indigenous All-Stars. There's a chance down the left-hand side. Tungai coming across, but a real shot on Amber Carney. She kept going, bounced out of the tackle from the fullback and brought it all the way back to the halfway line. Kerahatina Matua will play it here inside the 40. Scored in their opening set of 6 in the game. And then too many chances from that point on. Serena Clark stepping, popping a pass. She'd like that one back. She could sense they had them on the back foot. Wanted to keep it going to that right edge. Johnston it is who comes away with it. And the All-Stars, the Indigenous All-Stars that is, out of trouble once again. Haven't been inside the red zone in this second quarter. The Maori Ferns to this point as Jasmine Allende will bring it back across the halfway line. Kelsey Parkin wants quick play the ball. Gets one as well. To Quincy Dodd, who looks to her left-hand side. Takes it to the line and will play it here 40 metres out. Down the short side, very narrow short side. Wrapping that weight though, Caitlin Phillips. A little bit of small bobble there in the play the ball. Not called by the referees. Beck Young back on deck. Gives it off to Jenny Sue Hopper. Got away from Tanika Jazz Noble Bell. Now Tungai. Young. No look pass. Knocked down by Serena Clark. Scramble for the ball. Parkin got there first. Beating Wharton to the ball. And another set of 6 from close range coming out of the line. Knocked down there by Clark, who sensed there was plenty of danger.
Well, they got 2 minutes to hang on here, the Maori All-Stars. For the Indigenous team, they just need to complete a set. As Caitlin Johnson looks like she's picked up a little injury. Had numbers down this right-hand side, 5 up against 4. Serena Clark was the one that came up with the play.
So the Caitlin Johnston is okay. What a rise it's been for Johnson. And you were seeing why tonight she was named as the 18th man for the Gillaroos, the test match against the Kiwi Ferns last October down there in Wollongong.
Makes such a difference coming off the bench, doesn't she? She did in the NRLW. She 3 games last year. As you mentioned, she plays with her heart on her sleeve. Victoria, you would have had a little bit to do with her.
Yeah, she's an incredible young player coming through the ranks for sure. Excellent addition to all of our Aussie camps, and yeah, unfortunately she didn't get on the field, but I'm very sure that one day she is going to get that debut jersey.
Given what we've seen so far here tonight, here she is now doing some ball play. Good hands through to Beck Young. I'll work it to the middle of the field and play it there through Allende. Kelsey Parkin waiting for it. Now Quincy Dodd. Keep it going there for Caitlin Phillips, who just takes it forward, stops with a good tackle by Crystal Rorter, and also Geneva Weber. Parkin doing some stepping. Almost caught the markers out there. Inside 90 seconds remaining before the main break. We'll come back. Poor service there for Quincy Dodd, but good hand. She finds Allende, comes back to Dodd. A mistake now this time. And they just can't find a way across the line in this second quarter. They have been camped here inside the 20, but just the Maori Ferns refuse to be cracked. Wharton getting up there, putting some real pressure.
Well, they've had to double their amount defensively. We see there 23 tackles, tackled inside the opposition 20 to 1.
That's an amazing number.
They've done a terrific job defensively.
3 to 1, and the one, of course, was to play the ball before the Maori Ferns scored in their first set of 6 in the game. We'll happily get to a break here with a couple more plays. See a little chance their arm potentially from inside their own half. Walter will play it here. Now Clark keeps it going on this left edge. Butler Spin out of the tackle. Time for one more play. She gets it in before the siren sounds. Ordered now in a ball-playing role. One off the ruck. That will be half-time. It is one try apiece between the Indigenous All-Stars women's team and the Maori Ferns. They'll take a break. 4 each it is here at half-time at Seabus Super Stadium.